Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today's crafting is really exciting. I kind of saw a sneak peek of this process a little bit ago at our last pre-release party. So I'm very excited to have Creative Partner Elisa Beck with us. She is going to be showing you how to make your own paper using Kiwi Lane templates and a little bit of organizing on how she kind of organizes her paper. Before we start that, I do have some community announcements, if you will. Currently, we are doing the buy one, get one half off on our Kiwi Club kits for the entire community. So if you're a community member and you're looking to kind of take a chance to get some paper and templates from our Kiwi Club kits, our past Kiwi Club kits, I would go to the shop category for the Kiwi Club Overstock. We do have some paper crafting kits available for buy one, get one free, or excuse me, buy one, get one half off. So if you're a community member, take advantage of that. Yesterday, we also introduced Kiwi classes. Kiwi classes are happening on the kiwilane.com/events landing page. We're going to do some classes and workshops every month as an opportunity to continue inspiring and educating the community and hold some fun classes. So if you're looking to get some classes in, they're going to be on Zoom, a little bit of a structured environment, how to step-by-step creating layouts from beginning to end, using templates, using the Play to Create system. So if you're looking for that kind of environment, I would go on over to kiwilane.com/events and RSVP for one of our upcoming classes. So I'm going to let Elisa introduce herself, and we're going to wait for some comments to roll in here. If you want to introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Elisa Beck, and I've been using Kiwi Lane, oh gosh, probably about maybe 8 years now, somewhere around there. I got my first templates, and I don't remember where I got them, but I got tiny shapes and a border, and then went home and didn't know what to do with them. So took the shapes to the preschool, because I taught preschool, and let the kids use them to trace and paint around and everything. They wash off really great, which you'll see later today. Then I met Kayleen Volker. She's also a creative partner at a crop. And so she offered to teach a bunch of us a class, have a class for us and how to use them. So we bought some more for her, from her, and she gave a few classes, and that was it. That's all it took.
And
so,
now you're a creative partner.
Now I'm a creative partner and have really lots of templates.
Yeah, you're going to teach us some very exciting things. Well, Elisa, do you see your Facebook feed comments on the computer?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, with that being said, I am going to leave you to it. So I'm very excited to see what you create. Like I said, if you're just joining us, I saw this method of what she's going to do a few months ago, and I have just been dying for her to do a craft in because it's so unique and creative. So I am going to let you do that, Elisa, and yeah, I'll let you get started.
Okay. All right, let me put this down so you can see my workspace. Okay, this is one I did a while back. I made my own cloud paper. So to do that, just do it on a small sheet. So this was before I had the April 2021 kit. So I used Celebrate and Tiny Celebrate 5 and 5T because they were shaped like clouds. And now we have, if you got the Kiwi Club kits, you have this one. This is in April 2021. I always write on there what they belong to. And since I have so many templates, I do number them. I have a whole system because I didn't want to separate the things. Some people separate them by what they are, like all clouds go in one pocket. But since I'm a creative partner, that makes it hard for me to tell people what kit things are in. So then I just chose, let's see, a couple of inks, a couple of blue inks, and I keep my sponges underneath. And I've been trying to use one of these, so I'm new at this. So, all right, so you can lay them on here and just hold it with your hand. And if you have holes in your templates, cover them before you do this, because otherwise the ink goes through the hole. So I just put a little piece of washi tape over it. Let's see. So then I just hold it, and I always start on the template. And then just brush around it. All right, so you lift your template up, which will be all inked up, but then you'll have your printed design. And just so you know, just take this next to me. Baby wipes. No ink left. My templates have been used in a preschool classroom by many children for many things, and we'll tape them down to paper and paint around them and everything. These things wash off, and I have never had a kid bend it, break it, nothing. So let your kids use them. It's good for kids to do this kind of stuff. So this is what it'll look like with the other kind of brush if you don't have that. But you can just keep going, and you can layer your clouds, you know, to make them more realistic looking. And you just keep going until you have as much as your paper as you want filled with that. So on this side, I'm going to show you, I made a border edge with the chevrons, and I did 2 different colors. So for that, I used chevrons 3 and A and B. And so it doesn't matter which one, you just put one where you want it. And if you're worried about it moving, you can just take washi tape. It's great because it doesn't ruin your paper. And just stick some at both ends. That'll hold it down, but you still have to press down while you're doing it so that you don't get under the template. You don't want the ink to get under the template. All right. Again, just start on the template and rub off. Put a little pressure on the template so that you don't get underneath of it. And use a mat or something that you don't care about ink getting on. I have the Tim Holtz glass mat, so it just wipes right off. I'm going to leave the red ink on that one because I'm going to use it again. But now I'm going to measure my distance here. So line this up. So far, these are the only templates I've tried this with. But it should work for any, so you can make the outline of anything you want. Let's do red again. Make sure you're putting pressure on the edges so it doesn't go underneath. All right, that's how you get the white line in between with the blue. So wipe this off. That's another great thing about these templates. You can just use anything with them and they wipe right off. All right, put one down there. And put your other one line that back up like that. That's not going to work. I'm going to have to do it this way, I think. Yep. All right. Got to get it lined back up on the one that you already made. Okay, got them both lined up, and then you can start with your blue or whatever other color you want to use. Remember to hold down the edges and make sure your washi tape's not sticking out. I'm going to do just the edges first. Then I'll get the middle section after I get all the edges good. Susan always talks about scheduling yourself time to play. So I have to schedule myself time to experiment, because if I come in here to scrapbook or do some paper crafting, I usually have a specific project to do. But when I want to try something new, I have to schedule time for that. I have to say, okay, this is the time I'm going to sit down and experiment with this. Or if I get a new tool or whatever, I have to make time. I have to say, this is the time I'm going to sit down and play with that. Otherwise, I'll come in and get started with the project and that new whatever will just sit there. Then you have to remember to use all your stuff on your pages or whatever, not just learn it and then let it sit there. I have a little jar that I put list of different techniques like this, inking or whatever. And when I sit down to scrapbook or do a card or whatever, I take one of those things out and use that technique or that tool or whatever on that whatever I'm making. All right, so after you got the edges, then you just kind of fill it in. And when you take your stuff off, you've got that so far. So now, to get this part that I made here. So now I just go like this. All right, so now I decide how big did I want that. I'm trying to look where I put my marks. Make sure your holes are covered if they're anywhere near what you're going to ink, so you don't get that hole in there. All right. And we just fill it in. And you can see where I didn't wipe all the blue off. So now I'm starting to get purple streaks. So make sure when you wipe these off in between, you get the extra color off, because now I'm getting purple in there, but that's all right. Whoops. Don't use the wrong color ink. All right, and that's how I got that extra design on there. So that's a border for a layout I'm gonna do later. So, but that's how I do those things. And I just play with the templates, and I take scrap paper first and play around doing these kinds of things to see what it's gonna look like if it's what I have in my brain. Because, you know, you get stuff in your head and then you try to do it and you're like, that is not at all what I was thinking. See, no ink left on that template at all. So that's how I do those things. But you can do them with any of the templates, just however you want them. You can cut out templates and then ink them different ways, you know, to make your own embellishments and such. Okay, the other thing I was gonna show y'all is paper storage and how I do my paper. So let me show you my wall of too much paper, like we all have. So this is my organized paper. So those are the Totally Tiffany Fab files. And I just use my Cricut and vinyl to label them all. So inside of those are, I can grab one out, these file folders. Okay, so these file folders have my paper kits. So that one I'll show you. So this is paper that goes together, printed. This one is a Kiwi Lane paper pack. It's the March. This one is paper packs I made myself. So what I did is I took the printed paper that I had And then I kind of use the Kiwi method. So I do a stripe. So I got a stripe in a big pattern. And then I got base pages. So I got my for a double layout. I always put for double layout. That way, if later I end up making just a single layout out of it, fine. But I did make 2 sets of base pages for this one. And then a small dot pattern to go with it. And then a couple other pieces. So this can actually make 4 layouts. And I do have this too to go with it. So all this paper coordinates. Find all the coordinating paper I want to go with those specific pattern papers. And I do that with the pattern papers. And then I put them in an envelope and put them in there. Now this goes under general because it's not a theme. So if I did a theme like, let's see. Okay, like for a theme, I had SeaWorld. So I got SeaWorld paper and made it into a paper pack. And then those are just paper. So now if I'm gonna go to a crop, I can get out my pictures and then, so I'd get out my pictures and then I take one of these envelopes, which I think I got these from Creative Memories. I think they're Power Pack folders or something like that. So then, let's see. Specific paper. I did not. Okay. All right, so I put several things in this one. Okay, so I got the papers out that I wanted to go with this. Then I get out the embellishments I want to use with that. I've got his name stickers and some other stickers, but you gather up everything you want to take with you, embellishments, whatever. And then you can put the embellishments in these pockets. I have other kits in here too. I usually put 2 or 3 things in here. So there's pockets for embellishments, pockets for your papers, and long stuff on back. So I can put all that together. And then if there's a specific layout I want to use on any of these, I'll make a copy of it and stick or print off a copy of it and stick it in there with it. And then to the crop, I just take these. I don't take everything I own anymore. I used to do that. It was terrible. It would take me longer to unpack and set up than I would get anything done. So this has helped me a lot, dividing my paper like that into packs. So usually there's 5 to a pack. And on my Facebook page, I have a video of exactly the process of how I went through doing that. And I can share that with Sonia if she wants. But yeah, that's how I store my paper, because I used to just have it all, together, separated by color. And I do have some of that, but I use that for other projects. But the scrapbooking and card making ones, I just keep like this in packs ready to go. Makes the process a lot easier. So when I empty an envelope, I have a place I keep the empty ones, and then I take some time out of my week to go and fill those envelopes with other paper packs. Because we're forever buying paper. We're never going to stop. I mean, people who think they're going to go on a spending freeze or no paper buying, kudos to you, because I don't think I could ever do it. All right. I guess I can look and see if I have questions, because I'm not very good at reading and doing. So let's see. I don't see any questions. So, well, thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope I didn't go through it too fast or whatever, but you know, I have a Facebook page and I'm on the Kiwi Lane community. So just shoot me any questions. Thanks.